tweed is roughly woven type of wool fabric that I am in love with for no goddamn reason other than it's thick, warm, and it feels rough, but when you put it on, it doesn't itch on your body or anything like acrylic fabric does. Which acrylic fabric, it feels soft and it feels itchy and rough when you put it on. And tweed is the exact opposite. When you touch it, it feels rough. Tweed is because of that. It feels, to me, at its core, the antithesis of acrylic fabric. Few weeks ago, maybe 1-2 months ago, I made a pink tweed woolen coat. And one of the ways I was wearing it was I was closing most of it and letting the collar come off as looking like a normal collar. So what I decided to do was make a coat where that is not overly long, because in the pink coat it was overly long since it had to overlap over each other. The overlapping is good in Pune because it's quite windy here, specifically when it gets cold. It provides a certain level of protection when it's windy. So that's, good. But the thing is that sometimes I just want it for the comfort of it. And I was looking through Pinterest and I saw this coat. I searched for it everywhere. Finally, a Russian reverse search website found the coat for me, and it was this coat, which was out of stock, out of circulation from years, and I decided I'm gonna make that because I found an exact replica of the fabric, of the tweed fabric that they had used. I don't think theirs was 100% wool though. Theirs was expensive, but it wasn't 100% wool. And I found the exact fabric on HPC again. They have really good wools. I think a huge part of their customers is in North India, so they do need more woolen clothes than we do down here. Green is one of my favorite colors. My water cooler is green. My earphones are green. My phone cover is green. And I think I don't like green as much as I like plants. I think green has ended up becoming my favorite color just because I just like looking at plants, and plants are green and green is green, so I just look at green instead of looking at plants because I do not leave this house, I swear to God. Also, when I was young, I used to be a really big Ben 10 fan. I think that was the only show we had on TV. I think that was like the most famous show on the only channel we had on TV. But yeah, I was a massive Ben 10 fan, so I've had green for a long time. I think I hated green for a while in the middle. I do hate this shade of green and this shade of like teal green thing, like the green screen green and the teal. Don't like him at all. There's something unnatural about it. Maybe I've never seen plants that color, but I don't like even looking at it. I don't like looking at it in other people's clothes. Like if I see someone wearing that teal shade, I'll actively avoid looking in that general direction. A little insane. Anyway, so I was looking at the coat and that fabric, and I got it. While making it, I kind of free-handed the pattern this time. I just kind of guesstimated it and it turned out great. It looks amazing. It's well fitted and it flares out well. So what I have done is the front side has two sides to it, both that overlap over each other. There is the main panel and there's a princess seam over here, and that's the second panel. On the back there is two panels and with a seam in the middle. So that makes it 6 pieces for the front, and it should have been 6 pieces for the inside, but on the inside there's this thing I did to make the princess seam was the exact same. The main panel, the part that flaps out, I did it in the main fashion fabric. There's this sliver of curved fabric, I did that in the lining fabric. Because of that, the inside kind of became 3 pieces on the front and 1 piece on the back, making it 8 pieces. Then I did the sleeves and I did the collar. Those two were like pretty simple. Then I stitched it all together. I made a vent on the back and I I shaped the collar in a way that it goes like this and then ends on a straight line. And I added 4 buttons on this side, 4 buttons on this side. I did not add actually 4 buttons on both sides. My intention was 3 buttons on both sides, but I had no buttons that matched it. I had like a bunch of buttons, but like none of them I liked. So I went to Tulsi Bagh. Yeah, I went to Tulsi Bagh and I got buttons. And this one matches it quite well. It's like really nice. And I added 4 on each side. I still have 4 buttons left, and I don't really know what to do with them. I was thinking of adding it to something else, but I don't know what. Let me show you the construction of the coat. Okay, so here's the coat. I made it double-breasted, as in there's holes on the outside and buttons on the inside on both of the sides. Holes on the outside, buttons on the inside. And I stitched the collar on the inside from front and back, so there's no like stitching outside. All the stitching is inside. Oh my god, did I tell you? I made pockets for the damn thing, because normally I make the coat, and every time I'm done with the coat I could have added pockets, because I could have added pockets, and this time I remembered in time, so I added pockets. I didn't have to welt pocket it or add the pocket on in the end. I added pockets. There are these stitches out though on the sleeves. I had made the sleeves too long. I had to cut it and then restitch it, which is why the sleeves are stitched on the outside. My bad. And the vent. It's really nice and comfortable. Honestly, all suits and jackets that I make at least are pretty much the same, like general structure, all the front pieces and all the identical back pieces, and then stitched by the collar and then stitched at the bottom. That's it. Oh, also, first you stitch the sleeves to each other, but sometimes when you put your coat on, it turns out the sleeve wasn't quite as tall as you thought it was. Of course, as always, I had fabric left, and I made a few like tiny little things out of it again, just like how I did with the pink one. With the pink one, I had enough for a skirt, but this time I was like, I'm gonna have too much fabric left again, so I'm gonna order less. And I only had fabric for this. It's a beret. It's a hat. Anyways, I made the hat. The first time I made the hat, it was too long. Every single panel of it was too long, so I had to remake it. I didn't make it with the fashion fabric the first time. I made it with scrap fabrics that I had left over in drawers from old projects and stuff. So it was like a mishmash, but it was too long, so it did not work. Then I made the second one, and then I shortened the pattern and then moved it to cardboard. This is my beret pattern, by the way, as big as my face. I made the second pattern, and then I made that hat out of it. Let me put it on properly. Better. Anyways, I made this hat with it. I feel like it's still slightly too long, but it looks cute. I had more fabric left. I made this bow out of it to add on to the beret, because of course I have to. I was thinking of adding a button onto this beret, but in the end I decided against it because there is already the bow. It might seem like too much, but I still might add it onto here because it does kind of suit, but you know. And then of course I still had some scrap fabric left, and this fashion fabric is like way too expensive for me to let it go to waste. So I made pouches with it. These pouches to put like makeup, underwear, clothes, just anything. Like if I'm traveling, I can put my stuff inside of it. If I need like a small section of the closet that I need to put something inside, I can use that. I made this one, and I made 2 of the smaller ones. The smaller ones might be too small. I don't know. It can still fit like one t-shirt inside of it, so how useless can it really be? So finally, to speak about it, the comfort level of the coat is quite high. I put it on and I fell asleep yesterday, so really comfortable. It has a cotton lining, so of course it's soft on the inside, and it's like form fitting. Like it's slightly loose still, but it like still gives me that hourglass figure that I really like. So that also looks nice. Hopefully the tweed won't pill, so I feel like I can. Winter is coming. Like in a week, I think winter will start, so I'll get good use out of it, hopefully. This hat actually is more comfortable on my head and more casual looking than the pink hat, So hopefully I'll wear this hat more than the pink hat, at least, because the pink hat looks like so like, are you a air hostess? Why am I wearing a pillbox hat? We live in India. Also, in the last 3 days, last 3 days, I have learned how to animate. I'm not very good at it, but I will put a bunch of animations throughout this video. I did put a bunch of animations throughout this video. I know I'm going to. I like to learn new things, and I feel like a god complex has kicked in now that I know how to animate. I feel like I will be able to make a game since I know how to program and animate and draw. I want to make a game, but a small game, because games they take months to make, and I don't want to make a month-long game. It's difficult. I don't wanna. I do have a idea. I want to make a mermaid game. I don't even know how to draw a mermaid. I'll learn. Jesus. Yeah, that was the green coat. I am going to make a bunch of Ivanovsky's painting-based fabric tops and dresses next. I've already made 2. I have 2 more left to make. I was supposed to get my elastic that's used. I was supposed to get the elastic that's supposed to be added to a milkmaid dress today, but the guy called me, asked for the OTP, said that I'm keeping it at your door, and I don't see it. Did he steal my elastic? Did he steal it thinking there would be something of value? Where is it? I need to check the CCTV footage. Maybe it's right there. Maybe I just can't see it. But yeah. Okay, bye.